Hey everybody, it's Paul, and today I wanted to talk about one method that I use to snap myself back into joy every day, and that is remembering that everything that I experience, I have a choice about how I feel about that experience, right? So if I'm clear that reality is just happening around me, and that my ideas about reality and how it should be are usually pretty far apart from what reality is actually serving up for me, then when something happens to me, somebody cuts me off in traffic, or even something in a larger life event, doesn't matter what it is, but it's death by a thousand cuts every day. If you expect the universe to act in one certain way that conforms with what your ego wants and what your brain wants, and the actual reality that's out there, right? If those two things are in conflict a thousand times a day, then you're going to be pretty unhappy and you're not going to be able to access joy. So whenever anything comes in and it hits some of my stuff and I start to get upset about it, and take the traffic, because there's a lot of traffic in the Bay Area, we'll take the traffic example. If I'm in traffic, somebody cuts me off, or I get on the freeway and immediately it slows down to a crawl or something like that, that's just reality not living up to what I want it to live up to, right? So in that moment, I have to think, I have a choice here, right? So I can either choose to be unhappy about this, or I can just choose joy instead, right? It's just a reaction, right? So it's not gonna, things aren't gonna line up. That's gonna be upsetting. It's how fast then I can get to, well, I have a choice in this matter. I can either be upset about it, or I can be not upset about it. Upset is a choice, not upset is a choice. Reality doesn't care what I choose at all. Reality is just happening. Reality doesn't give a crap about what I think about the way it should behave, or people either, for that matter. I mean, how many times a day do you go around and you get ticked off that somebody's not conforming to what you think the societal rules are, right? Somebody budges in a line, or somebody is not moving fast enough because they're texting while they walk, or whatever that is. Somebody is not getting on the subway car fast enough, or getting off fast enough to get you on. All those things are our expectations of what other people should act like in order for our ego and ourselves to be happy, right? So it's conditional happiness all the time on the way the rest of the world operates, which is absolute madness, as we know, because the world does not operate for our benefit, right? It just keeps going. The world just happens, and then we get experiences from that world, and then we get a choice about how we react to that. But oftentimes, we don't see it as a choice. We go right to the place where the ego goes, no, I don't like that. I really don't like that. Oh, and I don't like that. And I don't like that. And all day long, a thousand times a day, all these things you don't like add up to a lot of misery in there. So if you can flip the switch when you get some input through your sense doors, and you can say, this is a decision. I'm going to decide not to be upset about this. I'm going to decide not to let this go. I'm going to decide not to let this bother me. I'm going to decide to let it go. And if you can get to the point where you can say, I'm actually going to decide to be happy about this, or to find some joy in this experience, even if it's a difficult experience, then if you can do that a thousand times a day, where you're choosing happiness instead of choosing being upset about something, then your life becomes a much happier place to live in. So, number one thing I do to get back to joy is remember that joy is a choice, right? Happiness is a choice. Acceptance is a choice, right? So every time I feel something come in, I'm trying to make that choice. Maybe that'll help you out too, and I'll see you soon.